G'day guys, I'm back out again fishing for blackfish. It's a good time of year because it's a crossover between seasons, between spring and summer. So the kings are a little bit finicky, there's no marlin off the shelf yet. So I like fishing off the rocks in the afternoons. I've just finished work early, so I've got my bag already packed. So I've got my rod. I'm not using expensive gear. I'm using you don't have to be spending huge money to catch these fish. Like that's a $70 reel on a $150 rod. It's a great way to pass the time in afternoons if you finish work early and you live near the beach. And you can catch these in pretty much most rock platforms. There's a couple of things I haven't really touched on yet, and that's safety. Now, rock fishing is the most dangerous sport in Australia. More people die from it than any other sport. Now, don't go fishing when there's a big swell. I make it a rule, under a metre, I go off the rocks. Anything over that, unless you're in a protective bay and it's safe. But apart from that, try and fish when it's small, low wash. You can see today it's quite small. But I use one of these, it's a marlin bum bag life jacket. You have to wear them in Australia. We're in New South Wales anyway, it's law. So you just have that, plus I'm wearing a pair of old rock cleats. That'll stop you from slipping off the rocks, because these rocks where you're fishing for blackfish is always green slime. So it's just something to be mindful in. I mean, if you can't swim, probably don't go rock fishing, because if you do fall off, even with a life jacket, you could drown. So just think about that. Your life's not worth a fish. If you're really hungry, go to a fish shop. So let's see if we can get a few today. The weather's looking good. No one here as usual, so let's see how we go. Righto, this is the ledge I'm going to be fishing this afternoon. As you can see, there's a little bit of wash, not a lot, but you can see that little bit of wash coming from the rocks heading back out to sea. It's what you want to be looking for. They don't like the areas where it's no wash at all and it's dead clear. You'll struggle, but when there's a bit of wash there like that, you should get fish. So let's see how we go. Okay, the float's gone down. Yep, that's my third cast. I've missed the first two, couldn't hook up, but now I'm hooked up on my third. So I reckon it's going to be pretty good, the Sabo, even though it's going to be it's a big low tide, about 0.1 of a metre. So I've probably only got about, I don't know, an hour and a half, 2 hours to fish. Super low tide doesn't really work that well here, but good start. And what you want to do, you want to use that rod as a shock absorber. So I'm not pulling hard. If that fish wants to run, I have the drag set nice and light, and also the rod's doing the most of the work for you. Because I'm using 6 pounds, so that you can actually pop them off pretty easy, unless you got tight drag and a stiff rod. And they fight quite hard for a small fish, so they're good fun, and they're not bad on the eat. So I'm going to wait till I get a wave and get this fish up. Just take your time, wait for that fish to tire himself out, and then wait for a wave, and then lift him up. It's not a bad fish too. That's a solid fish. Nice healthy fish too, really clean, because there's a lot of sand in her at the moment. That's a good fish. That's probably about 45 centimetres. I'll give you a... So there's that fish I just caught. It's a pretty solid one. I reckon it's about 45, maybe a touch bigger. And he's really, really light because he's in the sand. Yeah, that's going to be a good size eating fish. I'll take a couple. The rest I'll put back. There we go. That's another good fish. Every single cast so far, no, I've just popped him. I'm running 6 pound. So if that snaps, I might have to run 8. No, I just pulled the hooks on it. Right, someone's eaten that, and yep, another one. This is so much fun. Late afternoon after work, come down here and catch fish after fish with no one around. You can see there's just nobody in sight. And it's in Sydney. A lot of people think you can't catch a lot of fish or good fish in Sydney, but obviously you can here, because you can see I've actually just hooked this thing in the guts, so he'll probably come off. There's so many fish there, the GoPro probably won't pick it up, but I can see them swimming in the clear water. I mean, to hook one in the guts like that, it means they're pretty thick. So I don't like my chances of getting this one in, but I'll try. Almost. Oh no, he wasn't in the guts. The line was wrapped around him. So it swallowed that one. Get him up. It's another big fish. This one is thick. That is a thick fish. He's been eaten all day, I'd say. So you can see again, there's another nice fat one. Probably about high 40s. Good solid fish. So that float's gone down. It's come back up. It's gone down again. Keeps coming back up. Now when that's gone down, yeah, it's under and strike. And yep, hooked up again. So it can be as easy as that. This is a good fish too. It's nice and heavy. There's been some real big ones off here the last few weeks. So that float's tangled. So you just got to take it a little bit easier to get him up. No, not ready. You keep his head up, and once that wave comes, then you can lift him. Here we go. Yep. Straight up. Another real fat one. I don't know if you can see how fat that fish is, but look at its guts. They've been feeding pretty hard. So there's another one. That's the third. Pretty much I've got a hit on every single cast. It's pretty insane today. It's really, really good. You can see the girth. I don't know if you can see it, how fat that fish's guts are. He is full. And it's a nice eating size. So I'm going to keep a few for dinner, and that's it. We'll keep letting them go. It's under, and bang! This is number 5. Fed income in about, been here for about half an hour, if that. That's what it is, going hard too. Yeah, it's a solid one. Instead of upping your drag, you can just thumb it lightly. If you keep tightening, it'll pop fish off on 6 pounds. So You can just put your thumb on it real light and he's gone. Yep. The fish have gone off the bite. That's probably about 15 minutes since my last fish. I think this is around about number 5 or 6 that I've landed, but that tide's dropping out pretty hard. As it gets down towards the bottom of the tide, they'll probably come off the bite completely, so, but still catching them. It's just a little bit slower than what it was. Here we go. There's another nice fish there, little one. Still legal. Right, so that's fish number 6 for the afternoon. Now, I'll give a shout out to any young fella that lives in the eastern suburbs that wants to learn how to catch these. If you drop a message in the comment section below, I'm happy to take you out for free and show you how to catch these things. Trying to share information with people because, you know, I got told by a lot of people over the years on how to target certain species, and I'm happy to pass that info to other people because it's such great fun. And you can do this, you know, any time of the year, afternoons, mornings, weekends, after work, after school. So yeah, drop a comment below if you're interested and I'll take you out. Yep, again. As that tide's coming out, I'm noticing the fish aren't actually hitting those baits as hard. They're just mouthing it, which is a lot harder to hook them up. I've probably missed about 3 or 4 in the last 10 minutes. It's another good one. This thing's going hard. Ah, done. Yep, that fish had around about 10 goes of that bait before it actually took it right under. That's why it's important to let that float go right down instead of just watching it slightly go down. That's a stonker, another one. That's another big fish. It may not look big on this camera, but that fish is easily 45, maybe 47. So, when you look at the condition of them in that sunlight, it's amazing. I'll try and get back. You can see how they light up in that sun. So that's a beautiful specimen right there. Nice and thick too. So I've got enough for today, so I'm going to chuck that fish back, see if we can get another one. So we just pop him back in. He swims away. And there's another one. The bite slowed down, now it's picked back up again. So I'm going to release this fish. Righto, hook's out. Pop him back in. Here, buddy. And there's another one. So I've stopped filming because I've almost out of battery. This is probably about fish number 15, roughly in about an hour and a half. So it's pretty good today. It's probably the best it's been in a while, to be honest. So this will be my last fish. There we go, there's another one. That's around about 15, I think 17, something like that. So, I'm gonna let this one go. There's another beautiful fish. I'm gonna pop him back.